A brand new update just came out for Minecraft Bedrock today, and it's the second update in 1 week, which would be shocking enough by itself if it weren't for the third update that's going to be releasing before 1.20, and that would perhaps be the biggest news of the day if it weren't for Roger Badgerman finally being caught. That's right, Roger Badgerman is officially deceased now, or more seriously, what has happened is Mojang has caught him and decided to stop him posting things on the account. How exactly did Mojang catch one of the biggest leakers for a very long time? What exactly is inside this update? Allow me to explain in today's Minecraft news video, because this is one of the biggest pieces of news we've had in a while. But first, by the way, if you like staying up to date with Minecraft news, please do subscribe to the channel. Greater than 99% of people who aren't subscribed have no idea what's happening in Minecraft, and you can know what's happening in 1.19.71 simply by checking the changelog. This isn't a particularly complex update. It is a bug fix for 1.19.70, and so it released just 4 days after that, 3 days after that if you count the day. So as you can see, this was the update. It introduced quite a few features, whereas this is today's update. It's a 0.1 update with that 1 at the end there, specifically so that they, only are addressing bug fixes. This is the major version, 1.19. This is the major minor version, and this is the absolute minor version. And the only reason they had to introduce this for everything besides Amazon and Switch, which we'll get at later, is because of the fact that this happened. Fixed player names not appearing through the environment and behind walls. If you are in the online multiplayer server community, Minecraft has been unplayable for a few days because of this particular bug. Obviously, the other bugs are important, like, well, crashes on iOS are bad, and getting the game stuck at launch is not very good either. Obviously, it's very important for all this stuff. Also, fixed a bug that caused text on signs not to be displayed with ray tracing enabled on PC. That's a pretty important one too. I actually found out about this because another YouTuber was having issues. It's a fairly small YouTuber. You probably haven't heard of him. It's this guy called Stampy. He's got this weird recreation of the TU31 tutorial world in his world, and all of the signs have gone missing from that. And so yeah, it's a shame. I hope things are resolved for everyone who's been having that issue. It's a very, very bizarre issue, but it's one they fixed, and this has also been fixed. And the reason they had to introduce it 3 days later is because Minecraft would be unplayable if they waited a full 2 weeks, like they would for a major update. So that's 1.19.71. And before we dive into Roger Badgerman, because man, rest in peace, Roger. I do have to just quickly mention there is going to be another update coming out, 1.19.80. So obviously this preview could technically just be for 1.20, like it often is. However, they're adding lots of quality of life features, as I referenced in Wednesday's video. But yeah, even though we got this update earlier this week and we got this one today, there's going to be another one, and maybe even, if things go crazy, another one. It all depends on 1.20's release date timing, which I'd expect to be hearing about in the next month or so. But something that I wouldn't expect to hear Mojang publicly comment on is what exactly they did to the Roger Badgerman account. Because he said this morning, well lads, it's been an honor. And that's, never a great sign, right? That's never what you want to be hearing precisely. But he says it's been an honor, and everyone has goals and aspirations. Many think theirs are unattainable or out of reach, or that they aren't worthy of great achievement because they believe they have no value, but they're wrong. Our lives are finite, and that doesn't mean that... Anyway, what he says is he quotes the end poem, and the universe said, I love you because you are love. And so what exactly happened to Roger Badgerman would be a big mystery if it weren't for the fact that his most recent leak has actually had this media not displayed message on it. This image has been removed in response to a report from the copyright holder. This is a very interesting thing, right? Because this media being removed by Mojang confirms that they've been able to get in contact with Twitter, file a DMCA complaint or whatever. They've managed to remove something that he posted 2 weeks, wait, not even 2 weeks ago, a full month and 4 days ago now, and that is incredibly interesting. That to me, so there's two things about this. One is it means Mojang is not okay with the leaker. If they were, a lot of people have had this theory that Mojang has actually actively wanted the leakers, or that Roger Badgerman is a part of Mojang, they wouldn't copyright strike themselves. Now he can't share those same images, which hasn't even gone anywhere, by the way. But the other really interesting thing about this is you can't file it, Mojang has filed a copyright complaint, but you can't file a copyright complaint against content you don't own. You feel what I'm saying? If this was a theoretical Minecraft mod, it was something unrelated to them, I can't file a copyright complaint against videos that aren't mine. And so in the same way, Mojang can only file a copyright complaint if they actually own they have to be the copyright holder. You can't file copyright complaints against things you don't own, which means those flowers, for better or worse, the ones you can't display without getting a copyright complaint, these flowers, for better or worse, definitely shouldn't show those too often, huh? You don't see it anyway, it's fine. But those flowers are a real thing made by Mojang, and the reason we know that is because they hold the copyright to them. And in theory, this could just mean that they were deliberately trying to catch the leaker. The most popular theory out there is that, yeah, Mojang wanted to catch Roger Badgerman, and so they deliberately made these flowers and put them in somewhere, like some staff build, so that when they would go public, they would know that he was leaking from whoever had access to those files. I mean, it makes sense as a theory when you think about it that way, and I think it's got some plausibility that Mojang deliberately tried to catch Roger Badgerman, but the thing is, I would say that doesn't seem the most likely, because even though they've caught him and they've removed his tweet and he says it's been an honor and he's going to stop doing it, if this was a real situation where Mojang really couldn't catch this guy and they tried hard enough, he wouldn't just be saying it's been an honor and then leaving like that. This to me strikes me as a much less serious issue, right? If it was a real Microsoft employee, they would be suing him right now and he would be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Is he based in the US, by the way? I don't know. I know the Sunderlands is like some joke, but like to me, that I've always pictured him as being British, incorrectly so. I mean, Roger's a British name, right? Am I incorrect about that? Anyway, so basically, Roger Badgerman, had a copyright complaint filed against him. Maybe even a more serious copyright notice filed that made him go, ooh, I'm going to step back from this. But I don't think they found the employee. I don't think they found whoever's doing that. They've just found whoever runs the account. You get what I'm saying? They don't even necessarily know who it is, but they filed a copyright complaint. And if you were to respond to a copyright complaint, you'd have to fully dox yourself. And so that means that now, by not responding to this copyright complaint, Mojang have got Roger Badgerman right in their sights. Either he gets this image put back up, this one that you probably can't show without getting a copyright complaint. This is just my background. You can't be mad at me, Mojang. But yeah, so that image is a real thing. Worst case, it's possible that it was to catch leakers. I think it's much more likely this comes out of Suspicious Gravel or the Sniffer. I think it's all going to tie in some future update. I still believe, because Roger Badgerman has such a great track record, that this image, which we can't show because it's copyright, probably, maybe, I don't want to get DMCA struck, but like, that image is very likely something from the future, and it's interesting that they don't want that to be shown, or more likely, they don't want it to be shown by Roger Badgerman. I think there are a ton of news videos that have shown that somewhere that they're specifically not going after, so we'll see what the legal argument is. We'll see. If this video disappears, I have not removed it. If this video goes away, someone has forcibly removed this video, and you can confirm that that actually is Mojang content even more. But yeah, I think this is mostly a sad thing. Roger Badgerman is no longer going to be leaking, and it's also something that tells us that probably the employee hasn't been caught, but I imagine he'd be pretty spooked. I mean, the account holder seems to be pretty spooked, and he's like, well, I'm out of options. Like, I can't respond to copyright strikes without revealing myself. That's how the process works. If you don't know, when you get a copyright strike, you can appeal, but you have to appeal with your full legal name and address. It's a whole messy situation. But I would imagine that that's just him saying, like, okay, they got me in a bind, which is why they specifically only filed a DMCA against one of his tweets from his entire thing, by the way, and also why they don't file it against other leakers. For whatever reason, there are other people who share early reports of things coming in future updates. And so yeah, maybe, just maybe, they were specifically trying to shut down this one account. It was getting very big, and maybe they were trying to nip it in the bud. But yeah, that is the Roger Badgerman situation. It's a shame. It's a wild situation. But what can you do about it? I mean, not very much. But you know what you can do? You can look forward to these flowers that may or may not be coming. You know extra hard that they're coming if this video goes away. And yeah, make sure to like this video while it still exists, because I definitely was not meant to show that. I apologize in advance, and I'll do my public apology. I have grown as a person, and I realized that the error of my transgressions. There we go. I've done my apology. We're all good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the 1.19.71 update, which doesn't ruin your world anymore. And also, hope you're looking forward to 1.19.80 and indeed 1.20, the big one of all of them. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you tonight for my live stream. It's probably happening right now. Go watch it. I'm on day 98 of 100 days. Probably day 99 by the time you're watching this. Come see me get the last few trims if I can in the last few days. Anyway, have a good day. I'll do my best as well. I'm gonna order some pizza actually. What do you reckon I should get? Pepperoni? Should I get some jalapenos on there too? Yeah, I think I might have to. Okay, goodbye.